Trusting God's plan, a lesson from Psalm 37. Have you ever looked around and wondered why it seems like those who do wrong are the ones who get ahead? Why do the wicked prosper while the righteous struggle? If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. This is an age-old question, one that even King David wrestled with, but Psalm 37 gives us the answer, and it's one that brings peace, reassurance, and hope. Today we're going to break down Psalm 37 and see how this timeless wisdom can change the way we view life's challenges. By the end of this video, you'll have a new perspective on patience, trust, and God's ultimate justice. So grab your Bible, get comfortable, and let's dive in. It's easy to look around and feel frustrated when people who cheat, lie, or take shortcuts seem to be the ones getting ahead. Maybe at work, you've seen someone gain a promotion through dishonesty while your hard work goes unnoticed. Maybe in life you've watched people accumulate wealth through questionable means while you struggle despite doing everything right. It can be disheartening. But Psalm 37 opens with a strong command. Do not fret. Why? Because the success of the wicked is temporary. Their prosperity is like grass. It may look green and thriving today, but soon it will wither away. Just like a flower that blooms for a short time and then fades, their moment of success will not last. The word fret isn't just about worrying. In its original meaning, it implies burning with anger or frustration. It's that inner turmoil that comes when we dwell too much on the unfairness of life. But here's the truth. God sees everything. He is not blind to injustice. The wicked may prosper for a time, but they cannot outrun God's justice. Instead of asking, why are they getting ahead? We should be asking, where is my focus? Are we fixating on what's unfair, or are we keeping our eyes on God? In the same way, God calls us to stay focused on Him, not on the temporary success of others. The wicked may seem to flourish now, but their time is short. Meanwhile, those who trust in the Lord are on a path that leads to lasting peace and security. Envy is one of the biggest distractions in our spiritual walk. It makes us question God's plan and tempts us to believe that He is withholding something from us. So the next time you feel discouraged by the success of others, remember this: their prosperity is short-lived. God sees the full picture. Your reward is in His hands, and His timing is perfect. Instead of fretting, choose faith. Instead of worrying, choose trust, because in the end, God's justice will prevail. One of the greatest struggles in life is learning to trust when things don't make sense. When we face uncertainty, whether in our finances, relationships, or future, it's tempting to rely on our own understanding. But Psalm 37 encourages us to do something different. Trust in the Lord and do good. This isn't just passive trust, it's an active faith. It's about believing in God's plan while continuing to do what is right, even when it feels unnoticed or unrewarded. Trusting God means placing our confidence in Him, even when life feels uncertain. It's easy to trust when everything is going well, but what about when things aren't working out the way we hoped? Imagine a child standing on the edge of a swimming pool, unsure about jumping into their parent's arms. The parent says, "Trust me, I'll catch you." The child hesitates, but eventually jumps, knowing their parent is faithful. That's the kind of trust God asks of us, a trust that leaps, even when we can't see the outcome. Trust is believing that God is in control, even when our circumstances seem out of control. Trust is choosing faith over fear, even when anxiety creeps in. Trust is knowing that God is good, even when life feels unfair. But trust isn't just about waiting, it's about moving forward while doing good. The second part of this verse tells us to do good. Why? Because trust is not passive, it's active obedience. When we feel stuck in life, it's easy to stop doing what's right. We might think, why keep working hard if no one notices? Why be honest when dishonest people seem to succeed? Why be kind when others are selfish? But Psalm 37 reminds us, don't let frustration stop you from doing what is right. Even if the world doesn't reward integrity, faithfulness, and kindness, God does. Think of a farmer planting seeds. They don't see results overnight, but they keep tending the soil, trusting that in time they will reap a harvest. Your faithfulness today is planting seeds for tomorrow's blessings. So keep showing up, keep being honest, keep loving others, keep doing good even when it's hard, because God sees and He will provide delight in the Lord. The next verse gives us a beautiful promise. Take delight in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. But what does it mean to delight in the Lord? It means shifting our focus. Instead of seeking fulfillment in worldly success, we find our joy in God Himself. Think about a time when you were truly at peace, not because of your circumstances, but because you knew God was with you. That's what it means to delight in Him. When we seek Him first, something amazing happens. Our desires begin to align with His. We stop chasing temporary things and start longing for what truly matters. We stop worrying about what we don't have and start being grateful for what we do. We stop striving for success on our own and start trusting God to provide in His perfect time. God is not a vending machine where we push a button and get whatever we want. Instead, He shapes our hearts so that our deepest desires align with His will. And when that happens, we find true fulfillment. Living it out. So how can we put this into action? Choose trust daily. When worry creeps in, remind yourself God is in control. I don't have to figure it all out. Do good even when it's hard. Be faithful in the small things and trust that God sees your efforts. Find joy in God, not just in His blessings. Worship Him, spend time in His Word, and allow Him to shape your desires. When we trust in the Lord and do good, we step into a life of peace, purpose, and lasting joy. Be still and wait patiently. Patience is one of the hardest things to practice, especially in a world that thrives on instant results. We want answers now. We want progress now. And when things don't move at the speed we expect, frustration sets in. Psalm 37 reminds us of a crucial truth. God's timing is perfect, and waiting on Him is never wasted time. What does it mean to be still? When we hear the phrase, be still, we often think it means doing nothing. But in the biblical sense, being still is about quieting our hearts, releasing control, and trusting God to work behind the scenes. Think about standing in front of a raging ocean. Waves crash, the wind howls, and everything around you feels chaotic. But deep beneath the surface, the ocean floor remains steady and unmoved. That's the kind of stillness God calls us to, a deep trust that remains firm even when life feels out of control. To be still means not letting anxiety take over when things aren't happening as quickly as we want, not forcing our own solutions when God asks us to wait, not comparing our journey to others who seem to be moving ahead faster. Stillness is an act of faith. It's saying, God, I trust you enough to wait on your timing. Why does God ask us to wait? Waiting isn't just about passing time, it's about preparation. God often uses seasons of waiting to refine us, strengthen our faith, and prepare us for what's ahead. Think of an athlete training for a marathon. They don't wake up one day and run 26 miles without preparation. They spend months building endurance, strengthening their body and preparing their mind. In the same way, God uses waiting to build our character, teaching us patience, humility, and perseverance, strengthen our faith, helping us rely on Him, not on our own timing, position us for greater blessings. Sometimes what we're asking for isn't ready for us yet, or we're not ready for it. When we rush ahead of God, we can end up with something that's premature, incomplete, or not what we truly need. But when we wait on Him, we receive something perfectly timed and fully prepared. Do not fret when others succeed. One of the biggest struggles in waiting is watching others move ahead while we feel stuck. It's easy to compare and ask, why did they get the promotion while I'm still waiting? Why is their life progressing while mine feels on hold? Did God forget about me? Psalm 37 warns us not to be consumed with frustration when others succeed in ways that seem unfair. The success of the wicked is temporary. Their path may look smooth now, but without God it will not last. Instead of comparing, stay focused on your own journey. God's plan for you is unique, and His timing is never late. Those who wait on the Lord will be rewarded. Verse 9 gives us a powerful promise. Those who wait on the Lord will inherit His blessings. Throughout history, God has honored those who waited faithfully. Abraham waited for years before receiving God's promise of a son. Joseph endured setbacks before stepping into his destiny as a ruler. David was anointed as king, but waited many years before actually taking the throne. Each of these people had moments where waiting felt unbearable. But in the end, God's timing was perfect. The same is true for you. How to wait well. Waiting doesn't mean sitting around doing nothing. It means actively trusting God while continuing to walk in faith. Here's how you can wait well. Stay in prayer. Keep seeking God and bringing your desires to Him. Keep doing good, serve, love, and remain faithful in the small things. Let go of comparison. Focus on your own journey and trust that God's timing is unique for you. Speak faith, not frustration. Instead of complaining, declare God's promises over your life. God is never in a hurry, but he is always on time. Be still, trust him, and watch how he works all things for your good. In a world that values wealth, power, and status, it's easy to measure success by how much we have. But Psalm 37 reminds us that true security is not found in material things. It's found in a life rooted in God. The inheritance of the righteous is far greater than any temporary wealth or success the world offers. Less with God is more than abundance without him. One of the most powerful truths in Psalm 37 is this: a little in the hands of the righteous is better than the abundance of the wicked. This goes against everything society teaches. The world tells us that more is always better, more money, more possessions, more achievements. But God's perspective is different. Think about a small meal that is shared in love versus a feast surrounded by greed and corruption. The meal may seem small, but the peace, joy, and contentment that come with it are far greater than any wealth gained through dishonesty or selfish ambition. When we trust in God, we realize that what he provides is always enough. Even when it seems like we have less than others, we have something far more valuable: his presence, his provision, and his peace. God upholds the righteous in times of trouble. Life is full of ups and downs, and even those who follow God will face difficulties. But the difference is this: the righteous are never abandoned. God promises that he will sustain his people even in times of hardship. While others may rely on wealth or human strength to get through difficult times, the righteous rely on something far more secure: God's unfailing provision. When times are tough, he provides. When resources are scarce, he makes a way. When the world is shaken, he remains steady. History and personal experience both prove this to be true. How many times have people seen doors open when they had no options left? How often has God provided in unexpected ways? Those who trust in him can testify God never fails his people. The steps of the righteous are ordered by God. Another promise found in these verses is that God directs the steps of those who follow him. This means that even when life feels uncertain, we can trust that God is guiding us. Every closed door, every delay, every unexpected turn is part of his perfect plan. We are never alone, even in moments of struggle. God is walking beside us. Our future is secure. The inheritance of the righteous is not just about what we receive on earth, but the eternal rewards that await us. This doesn't mean that we won't make mistakes. It doesn't mean we won't stumble. But here's the good news: even when we stumble, we will not fall completely, because God is holding us up. Imagine a child learning to walk. They may trip, but their parent is always close by, ready to catch them. That's how God is with us. We may struggle, but he will not let us fall beyond his ability to restore us. The eternal inheritance of the righteous. The blessings of the wicked are temporary, but the inheritance of the righteous is eternal. It's not just about money or success. It's about peace, purpose, and a relationship with God. It's not just about this life. It's about a future that is secure in him. It's not just about avoiding hardship. It's about knowing that even in trials, God is working for our good. God's blessings last far beyond anything this world can offer. While the wealth of the wicked fades, the inheritance of those who trust in God endures forever. So, if you ever feel like you're missing out because you're choosing to live with integrity, remember this: what God has for you is far greater than anything the world could ever offer. Keep trusting. Keep walking in righteousness. Your inheritance is secure in him. Now that we've explored the powerful truths of Psalm 37, the question is, what will you do with this wisdom? God doesn't just want us to hear his word, he wants us to live it out. He calls us to trust, wait, do good, and walk in righteousness because his promises are sure. But faith isn't passive, it requires action. Are you holding on to frustration, envy, or fear because life isn't going the way you planned? Maybe you've been discouraged by seeing others succeed through dishonest means while you struggle despite doing the right thing. Today, make the choice to release that burden. Trust that God sees the full picture and that his justice will prevail. Your role is not to fix everything. Your role is to trust him and stay faithful. Take a moment to pray and surrender your worries to God. Write down one area where you need to trust him more and remind yourself daily that he is in control. Choose one good thing to do, whether it's encouraging someone, giving, or serving. Focus on doing good. If this message spoke to you, let me know in the comments. Share one verse from Psalm 37 that encouraged you today. And if you haven't yet, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more faith-based content. Keep doing good, even when it's hard. The world teaches that success is about getting ahead at any cost, but God's way is different. He blesses those who choose integrity, kindness, and faithfulness, even when no one is watching. If you've been tempted to compromise your values because doing good seems unnoticed, remember this: God sees your faithfulness, and He will reward it in His time. Find one way this week to actively do good, whether it's helping someone in need, speaking words of encouragement, or staying honest in a difficult situation. Choose righteousness over compromise. Be still and wait with expectation. Waiting on God doesn't mean doing nothing. It means actively preparing your heart while trusting His timing. Whether you're waiting for a breakthrough, a new opportunity, or a season to change, know that God is working even when you can't see it. Replace frustration with faith. When you feel impatient, declare God's promises over your life. Say out loud, God, I trust your timing. I believe you are working all things for my good. Walk in confidence. Your inheritance is secure. If you are following God, you are not missing out. The world's success is fleeting, but God's blessings are eternal. Keep walking in faith, knowing that your future is held securely in His hands. Remind yourself daily that God is your provider, protector, and guide. Meditate on Psalm 37 and hold on to His promises as you move forward in faith. The righteous are never forsaken. God is with you, He is guiding you, and He will uphold you. Take a step today. Choose trust over worry, faith over frustration, and righteousness over compromise. Your inheritance in Him is far greater than anything the world can offer. Are you ready to walk in faith? Start today. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on everything we've explored in Psalm 37. This passage is a powerful reminder that God sees, God knows, and God rewards those who walk in righteousness. Even when the world seems unfair, even when waiting feels endless, and even when others seem to prosper through dishonesty, God is faithful. Maybe you've been struggling with doubt, wondering if doing good is even worth it. Maybe you felt weary in your faith, unsure if God truly sees your situation. Let this be your reminder today. You are not forgotten. God is working, and His promises stand firm. Hold on to God's promises. This isn't just an ancient psalm, it's a living truth for today. God's faithfulness is not just for people in the Bible, it's for you. Trust Him fully. He is guiding your steps, even when you can't see the full picture. Be patient. His timing is perfect, and waiting on Him is never wasted. Keep doing good. Integrity and faithfulness will always be rewarded in the end. Rest in Him. Your inheritance is secure, and nothing can take away what God has planned for you. As you move forward from this message, take this with you. God is in control, and His plan for your life is greater than anything the world can offer. If this message encouraged you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Let's walk in faith together, trusting in God's goodness every step of the way. Take a moment right now to thank God for His promises. Trust Him, wait on Him, and continue to walk in righteousness. Your future is in His hands. Until next time, stay encouraged, stay faithful, and remember, God is always working on your behalf.